Good morning, everyone. Firstly, I'm just going to say this is a second shot video because I forgot to mute my phone and my mom just called. So I apologize if I get a little messy because I had actually already filmed this and then messed it up. So first thing I want to say is thank you to everyone who came to yesterday's live class. I think it worked really well. I am very glad that Teams is working for us. I really miss seeing you guys, and I think that that makes a big difference. Being able to see you guys, I think it really helps class feel a little bit more like class and a little bit less like you're just working on your own. If you need anything, just remember to let me know. If you need help in any other subject or in mine, I will always do my best to help you out. Next, just kind of remember, and this isn't against anyone because you pretty much all came, if you do not come to live class, I'm going to give you a written assignment for that day, okay? Because participation is the most important thing for your grade for this quarter, okay? As long as you are around and doing what you need to do, you're going to pass. And I really don't want to have to fail somebody over a participation credit. If you have a good reason that you can't come, such as your internet's not right, you have something else that you need to be doing at that time that's more important, such as I had a senior that had to do something for a live meeting for college that takes precedence over class. If you have something going on with the family, you just have to let me know, okay? And then I will find a way to give you credit. So where we left off in our story, A Sound of Thunder, and we're reading the end today, Travis had just had his conflict with Eccles because Eccles stepped off the path, right? So Eccles put his foot down in the past. Now, Les Prince, who is the other person who is guiding with Travis, Les Prince thought that Travis was going overboard. All he did was step off into some mud. Why are you freaking out? And Travis is like, you have no idea what he's actually done until you get back to the future. That everything could be different and you don't even know it until the future where you can actually get a look at it. And at that point, you can't do anything about it, right? So Lesperance kind of thinks you should just kind of leave it alone. Oh, the dude made a mistake. Don't worry about it. And Travis sends Eccles out as his punishment to make him retrieve the bullets from the Tyrannosaurus, right? So that's what we talked about the other day. Then they all get back in the time machine and they're going back to 2055, which is where the story originally takes place. The machine stopped. Get out, said Travis. The room was there as they left it, but not the same as they had left it. The man sat behind the desk, but the same man did not quite sit behind the same desk. So originally everything looks the same, but if you really look at it, you can tell that something is different, that something is not right. Travis looked around swiftly. Everything okay here? He snapped. Fine. Welcome home. Travis did not relax. He seemed to be looking at the very atoms of the air itself, at the way the sun poured through the one high window. Okay, Eccles, get out. Don't ever come back. Eccles could not move. You heard me, said Travis. What are you staring at? Eccles stood smelling of the air, and there was a thing to the air, a chemical taint so subtle, so slight, that only a faint cry of his subliminal senses warned him it was there. The colors white, gray, orange, blue in the wall, in the furniture, in the sky beyond the window were, and there was a feel. His flesh twitched, his hands twitched. He stood drinking the oddness with the pores of his body. Somewhere, someone must have been screaming one of those whistles that only a dog can hear. His body screamed silence in return. Beyond this room, beyond this wall, beyond this man, who was not quite the same man seated at this desk, that was not quite the same desk, lay an entire world of streets and people. What sort of world it was now, there was no telling. He could feel them moving there beyond the walls, almost like so many chess pieces blown in a dry wind. But the immediate thing was the sign painted on the office wall. The same sign he had read earlier today on first entering. Somehow the sign had changed. Time Safari Inc. Safaris to any year in the past. You name the animal, we take you there. You shoot it. Eccles felt himself fall into a chair. He fumbled crazily at the thick slime on his boots. He held up a clod of dirt, trembling. No, it can't be. Not a little thing like that. No. Embedded in the mud, glistening green and gold and black, was a butterfly, very beautiful and very dead. Not a little thing like that, not a butterfly, cried Eccles. It fell to the floor. An exquisite thing, a small thing that could upset balances and knock down a line of small dominoes and then big dominoes and then gigantic dominoes all down the years across time. Eccles' mind whirled. It couldn't change things. Killing one butterfly couldn't be that important, could it? His face was cold, his mouth trembling, asking, Who won the presidential election yesterday? The man behind the desk laughed. You joking? You know damn well, Duchester, of course. Who else? Not that damn weakling Keith. We got an Iron Man now, a man with guts, by God. The official stopped. What's wrong? Eccles moaned. He dropped to his knees. He scrabbled at the golden butterfly with shaking fingers. Can't we? He pleaded to the world, to himself, to the officials, to the machine. Can't we take it back? Can't we make it alive again? Can't we start over? Can't we? He did not move. Eyes shut, he waited, shivering. He heard Travis breathe loud in the room. He heard Travis shift his rifle, click the safety catch, and raise the weapon. There was a sound of thunder. And that is where our story ends. So they get back, and everything sort of looks the same, but doesn't look the same. It's the same people. It's the same place, but something just feels different. And then we find out kind of what Eccles did when he stepped off that path and how he changed the future. So if you did not pick up on how Eccles changed the future, so what is different now, and if you did not catch why it was changed, so that he claims he just stepped in some mud, and we learned there that it was a little bit different than that. If you didn't catch those two things, then kind of just re-watch and see if you can find them. The other thing that I would like to point out is the sign that is in the very beginning, that we talked about in the very beginning. So that sign, right? Time Safari Inc. Safaris to any year in the past. So that sign is once again referenced at the end, except for the second time, it says the exact same words. And I know it's going to be a little bit backwards to you guys because it's a camera, but it says the exact same words, but they're all spelled differently, okay? So time is spelled T-Y-M-E. Safari is spelled wrong. To any year in the past is T-U, N-E is spelled right, and then Y-E-E-R. You name the animal is Y-U-N-A-I-M, right? So everything is spelled wrong. So that's going to tell us about something that had changed in the future. That thing that we're going to talk about is what actually changed beyond just this presidential election thing, and how perhaps this one little butterfly had a say in that. And then we're going to talk about central idea, right? So those are kind of going to be our big conversations for tomorrow. Make sure that you do what you need to do to get to that meeting, or let me know if you can't make it. Thank you.